Hello, learners! Welcome to our mathematics lesson for the day. Today, we're going to explore two important concepts about two special shapes, the square and the rectangle. We will learn about their perimeter and their area. Let's begin. To begin our exploration, let's first get to know our two shape companions side by side. Let's look at the square and the rectangle. Now, you might wonder what they have in common. Well, they both have four sides and four corners, which we call vertices. Furthermore, they both have right angles, a perfect 90-degree four corners, like the corner of a book or a piece of paper. But of course, they have their differences too. Look at the square. All four of its sides are exactly the same length. In contrast, for the rectangle, opposite sides are equal. The two longer sides, which we call length, are equal, and the two shorter sides, which we call width or breadth, are also equal. The length is denoted with the letter L, and that of the breadth or width with letter B or W, respectively. Remember, the width or the breadth are the same and not different. Also remember that while the square has four lines of symmetry, the rectangle has two. Now that we're familiar with our shapes, let's talk about our first concept, the perimeter. Perimeter is the total distance around a shape. In other words, it is the length of all the sides of a shape added together. So, to find the perimeter of a shape, we add up all its sides. Let's see how it works. If each side of a square is 6 centimeters, the perimeter is simply 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters, which equals 24 centimeters. Since all sides are equal in a square, we can also say perimeter equals 4 multiplied by one of its sides. Let's label it L. Therefore, 4 times L. The rectangle works in a similar way. For example, if a rectangle has length 8 centimeters and width 5 centimeters, the perimeter is 8 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 8 centimeters plus 5 centimeters, which equals 26 centimeters. We can also calculate it as perimeter equals 2 times length plus 2 times width, or perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. This can further be simplified as perimeter equals 2 bracket opened L plus W bracket closed. Having built our fence around the shapes, let's now look inside. Now let's talk about area. If we wanted to paint the inside of our shapes, how much paint would we need? That's the application of the concept of area of shapes. The amount of surface inside a shape is its area. We measure area in square units, such as square millimeters, square centimeters, square meters, square kilometers, etc. For our square, as used earlier on, we multiply its two dimensions, that is, side by side, 6 centimeters times 6 centimeters, which equals 36 square centimeters. That is its area. Area of a square, therefore, equals side times side, or area equals length times length. This can further be simplified as area equals L times L, or L squared. The process for calculating the area of a rectangle is just as straightforward as that of the square. For our rectangle, as used earlier on, we multiply its two dimensions, that is, length by width, giving us 8 centimeters times 5 centimeters equals 40 square centimeters. Area of a rectangle, therefore, equals length times width. So, let's bring our adventure together with a quick review. So remember, perimeter is the total distance around an object or shape, and to do this, we add all sides together. Area is the space inside an object or shape. We find by multiplying the key two dimensions. Aside this lesson, just look around you. Windows, books, Tiles, fields, squares, and rectangles are everywhere. Now you can calculate how much fencing they need, that is, the perimeter, or how much material covers them, that is, the area. Try measuring squares and rectangles around you. Calculate their perimeter and area. You're now shape and space experts. Good luck, and see you in our next lesson.